Hello everybody, this is Matt Soriano, and I'm going to take you on a scenic tour of Bucks County, Pennsylvania, using the GPS track from my recent cycle home from Rice's Market in Lahaska to our home in Yardley. So we're going to start, obviously, from the overview. Google Earth has a nice little sweepy, sweepy animation as they take us down to ground level, and we start in the parking lot of Rice's Market as I jump on my bike and start heading back home. I don't normally record on the way out because I need the cell phone, and I wanted to make sure, that the battery wouldn't be beaten up. So, yeah, we're moving a lot faster than actual speed, obviously, because, it would bore you to go, to have this take a whole hour. And plus, it is so exhilarating to do to have this appear at appear at 90 miles an hour. So we're dropping down out of the hill country, down through the couple of miles from Rice's Market down to Peddler's Village. So it's nice, folding up hill country, gorgeous. There's a little GPS error here, obviously. I wasn't on the wrong side of the road. But you can really see the hill country. Well, not the hills, these rolling fields that you would go through. The fields on your left, trees on your right to shade you. It's really, Bucks County is a wonderful place to go. We're crossing a latitude line there, and we're heading down 263. I think there's a big estate coming up on our right. I'm not sure whether that place sold. I checked it out on Sotheby's. It was out for some several $1 million. Here we are in Peddler's Village. It's a little outlet, nice place to walk. There's some outlet stores, some cutesy little stores. Obviously, since it was, this is not a real-time image, I did not just hit those cars. But I do, generally not slow down a lot. So we're definitely descending. We've dropped about 100 feet. We're going straight through the field. It's nice and mild. Wonderful rough country on the side of us. And the image date actually is 10/11. So, it's basically what it looked like a year ago. But it's, mid-September now. So it's pretty close. It's pretty close. Here's the parking lot for the New Hope Lahaska Railway. It's a steam engine that you can get on. Hope to take my nephew Miles on it if he can ever get his took us out here. Now we're turning off onto Pineville Road, which is obviously very overgrown, which is because the bridge over the creek is no longer legal for cars to travel on. But you can see there's one big estate we're passing there. People still live there. You can still drive down. You just can't drive on the bridge, and the bridge is intact. So you'll see me. I'm going pretty fast now, obviously, because I'm going downhill towards the water, and I'm dropping down to the creek level, and you'll see me stop for a bit. But you can see it's just gorgeous out here. I mean, the road's good. It's even better since not a lot of cars go on it. A lot of cycles go on it. Here we are. We're really speeding up, but I slow down to get to the spot where, the bridge is blocked by gravel, so you can't ride over it. I mean, some people do, but I don't. I really don't want to get hurt. So, yeah, it's a lot slower as we start to climb out of there. I mean, we're climbing slowly but steadily. We're coming out of the creek bed, and we're still seeing, farms and fields. There's a pond. I think, there's a little dairy farm over there. Gorgeous country. Gorgeous country. Yeah, there's a little GPS error, probably some sort of earth curvature, or maybe the pictures aren't aligned right because I was not in the trees. I was definitely in the road. But there's plenty of road. There's a good shoulder, not a lot of traffic, plenty of stuff to see, and, not a lot of cars bothering you. Also, a lot of places to get ice cream, or cupcakes in my case. That's my fuel of choice when I go to Rice's Market. I'm going down, we're going downhill and downwind too, and that's a significant effect, which is why you're seeing this, pretty fast transit. It always takes me about 20 or 30 minutes more to get to Rice's Market than to return from it. So you're seeing me go pretty fast. This is 413, one of the main drags. It'll take you up to Doylestown. Real nice though. Still a nice rolled shoulder. You can see that there's a little more traffic. That's why I'm drinking left and right a lot. And I don't want to get hit by cars, but they're pretty good drivers up here. Not mean, not intentionally cutting you off. No one yells at cyclists like they do in Westchester. Yeah, coming up on the intersection with 232. Yeah, God, I don't think I've ever seen that much traffic there. But yeah, if I recall correctly, yeah, I did blow that stop line. We cyclists, we're going to get hurt if a car hits us, and by God, it sucks to stop and start up again. So a lot of the time I just blow them. Dropping down, yeah, we're actually pretty close to the same elevation that we were at Rice's Market. We've just gone up and down a hill. And it looks like the rendering is also keeping up with us. Keeping on 413. There's the Veterans Cemetery over there in Wrightstown. And there's a bunch of nurseries and stuff out there. We grow a lot of stuff. That's one of the nice things about this area is stuff is grown. It's not manufactured. So you can see farm stands and stuff, which is just very relaxing compared to suburban Connecticut, where there's just really big houses and trees and, not much else. You can see the countryside just really opens you up and gives you a good feeling that, that you're making progress, that you're really covering ground. And you are, because you're moving faster. You're not stopping for cars. Yeah, I turned off there. That's a pumpkin field now, usually, but at that time, it was plowed over. I nearly missed that turn. Christmas tree farm over there. Yeah, you can see some suburbia. I'm kind of glad that I didn't see this from the road. It's thickened up a bit on Steubenville Road, but I got those nice trees to protect me, shade me from the sun, and yet the road is nice and flat. It's pretty good territory. I mean, it's not California smooth, but it's pretty good. I have no complaints. And you can see, every once in a while you just open up into these fields planted with soybeans, I think, here. This one's been harvested. But if I recall correctly, there should be corn there. Crossing more latitudes and longitude lines. I think, one of the best things about Bucks County is they've really tried to keep the open space and keep the Toll Brothers stuff away. So it should stay like this. I hope it doesn't get any worse. The land prices are getting pretty bad too. We're continuing on through the fields. There's a good farm stand out there. They're always manned here too. Well, at reasonable business hours. One of my most enduring memories from my cycle trip, from the last cycle trip, is in Connecticut, is going to a sign that said farm stand, hoping for pie or maybe even just a cold soda, and finding an unattended wheelbarrow with 3 squashes in it and an honor system. Devastating. There's the Jehovah's Witness Church. Right up on 432. Are we going to pass it? On 532. Did we pass that Yeah, no, we're on 532. Okay, that big brown mark up there is the future Washington's Crossing Veterans Cemetery. But probably no veterans from the actual crossing in 1776. But there are plenty dying, and they've got to find a home, and hardly a better place than here. Turning off here onto Lindenhurst Road, and golly, I can see up here the landscape folds up a lot, which is I did not notice. Maybe it's because I was fresh, but that's a good drop there. And I'm really making some speed. I have to get home. I have a party to get to, so there's stuff to do and not a lot of time to do it. A little bit of climbing through the suburbs.